Buckley says, if you like this information, please subscribe and hit that like button or I'll ram you. I will. Look at me, I'm serious. No, if you like the information, please hit that like button and also please subscribe. Actually do a little homesteading at our house. We're trying to get more into it, and you know, we have animals and just want to do a little bit more and make it a little bigger every year. And just kind of wanted to talk about this temporary chicken coop that we made that you can pretty much make with everything around your yard, or things you can find on Craigslist, or sometimes people are giving away for free. Matter of fact, most of the stuff we got for free because people are giving it away or putting it at the end of their driveway, or family members were just getting rid of it. But just kind of wanted to explain to you a few things that you could do just to make this, especially for the summer and the fall with the chickens. We're going to be making a new big chicken coop. We live in the Northeast, so right here was our old chicken coop, but we're going to be building a new one over here. But right now we have some chickens in here all hanging out, all fenced in. And what we did, I'll flip the camera around, I'll show you what we did here. Here's Jack chasing the chickens around. We had an old dog igloo that we weren't using anymore for our dogs, so we put that in the chicken coop. We had an old dog pen that we ended up using for this, but what we had to do is put chicken wire along the bottom. Matter of fact, we had some of that left over, so we used that around the bottom, because if you don't, the chickens will get their head stuck through, and predators can still reach in and grab them and pull them out. And sad to say, we've had that happen in the past, not with chickens but with ducks. So we've done that. Now Jack's putting the chicken over here on the perch. We've actually built some of these perches just by cutting down some trees and putting them in there for them, so they had something to perch on. We had some old 2x4s or 1x3s, and we put them up top with some more chicken wire. And then on this side, we put a black tarp up that we had lying around the garage, so then the rain would stay out of it. And we also had the most important part is these down here. So one thing, the biggest thing I find that you want to do for your chickens is the protection from other predators. And where we live up in Massachusetts, but out on the country suburb line, and we have a lot of predators. We live against a wild state wildlife park, so there's hundreds and hundreds of acres across the street from us, and then over here we don't have any neighbors. So we actually have had fisher cats, we've had turkey hawks, we've had owls, we've had bears actually come in our yard. Big bear, chase me! Fox, raccoons. I mean, right, Joe? We've had pretty much every predator you can think of that comes into the yard. And what we did to reinforce this was we had some old, I don't know if you can see them there. Those are old telephone poles that we actually had when we bought the house. They were laying in the yard, so we actually used these old telephone poles that were left here. Then we put these spikes in right here, so you can see, so no animal can roll them out. And then on the inside, the kids actually put rocks all the way around the inside. So we made sure nothing was coming from up above with the chicken wire, everything down below.
Last time the fox got in from right here, so now we have a pig guard right here.
Yeah, what Joe was saying was we had a fox one time get in under here before we had that telephone pole. And then we ended up putting this doghouse here, which is actually the pigs use as a little home as well. So that's pretty cool. It works really well. That doghouse, matter of fact, somebody had at the end of the road for free. They were getting rid of it, and now it's our pig house. So you always want to keep your eyes open for things like that. Over here, what we did was we put these pavers down. I think we got these at Home Depot a while ago. We were using them for something else, but we put them in front of the door so that way nothing could dig underneath. We put more logs we had cut up, more pavers so nothing can dig underneath. Once again, on the inside, I'll take you in, but you can see that we have a bunch of rocks on the inside. The boys took care of all that as well. So let me bring you on in.
And also Daisy's our sheepdog. She has, since we put him out here, she hasn't let eyes off him.
Yeah, and Daisy, she's over there making sure nothing comes from that side.
Run away now.
Right, Daisy? You making sure nothing comes from this side? Protecting the chickens?
Sure.
By the way, we actually have it inside our animal pen. So on the outside of this, we have our pigs and goats.
They call me Mr. Pig!
That we find also help keep predators away. Because the animals have to get by those to get to the chickens. And then on this side, like I said, we have 3 dogs. So that part of the yard is pretty much the dogs are in it. But we're eventually going to make another chicken coop on this side with a big run. And then in the springtime, I'm going to make a chicken tractor so we can move it around the yard and let them eat all the ticks and take care of those things as well. But I'll show you the inside of this now. All right. So on the inside here, you can see we stacked up a bunch of rocks on the inside, laid down some pine shavings. We have our telephone poles cut outside and spiked on the other side. We got our chicken wire plus our regular fencing. So pretty much nothing's getting through that.
I just noticed they have like a buffet right there. All these ants are crawling around that
Oh
thing.
yeah, look at, they're getting ants. They love it. I have this up here, the black plastic on at least 3/4 of it, just to keep this area dry. But then we also put this old igloo that we don't use anymore that we had in the yard. Put a little chicken feeder in there. We got our chicken water out here on a couple pavers to keep it up off the ground. So as we were making the video, the kids saw this big hawk or turkey vulture or something on the house. So it was pretty funny. We saw it on the roof of the house. But anyways, a lot of these things you can do just to make this coop. Again, this is going to be a temporary one. It's probably for 3 seasons. It wouldn't work for the winter time, especially in New England, because it'd be too cold for the chickens in the winter time. But spring and summer and fall, I think it would work really well. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that information on this chicken coop that we made temporarily. Now again, this took us an afternoon to do. We already had 99% of the things that we needed in our backyard to do it, but most of these things you can find, like I said, for low cost, maybe on Craigslist. Maybe people are getting rid of them. Maybe you already have them and you're not using them anymore. But chickens are just great to have the space, and you can have chickens. What's wrong with having some fresh eggs on a daily basis? Max, you like eggs, right?
Yeah.
So, definitely, if you're doing it, keep it up. If you're not doing it, try it out.